I'm TDHA and we're playing Europa Universalis 4 and we're playing as Serbia in the Lazarus campaign. This will be a mix of 3 episodes cut in together because of bad sound, so I chose this instead. As you can see, I'm primarily working on my relationship still, trying to get a opportunity to attack Bosnia. Um, and around me the world is at war, but I can't go at war because Ottoman will crush me if I do. So I luckily got my alliance with Poland in the last episode, and now I'm just preparing as much as I can, building up military, trying to get Hungary to join an alliance, but I can't, not yet anyway. Just trying to find a window of opportunity where the Ottoman Empire is engaged in other wars, so I can dance on the table as the little mouse I am. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. And we actually got a pretty good air. That was what you just saw, a 551 or something like that, 552 perhaps. So a lot better than the ruler we have currently, because he will be a 211, I think, something like that. So yeah, and finally we will get a break, and here I will turn down the time because now it comes. It is the window of opportunity. We will attack Bosnia with the help of Poland. So what I hoped to do was to move my troops into the war goal, but Bosnia moved his troops through there, so I decided just to go for the capital, because as you can see, my allies will, or Poland and his allies, will come and help me. So I think with the numerical advantage, I really don't care if he starts trying to besiege my land, and in a 1v1 fight I will still win as long as I'm in the mountains, which I am right now. So that is very, very good. One thing I hadn't noticed was that Hungary, when fighting the Venetians, they released Croatia. So that will get an effect just in a couple of minutes, I think, just to spoil very much, because what will happen is that Croatia joins the war against Bosnia, and they will actually besiege, yeah, there it happened, they besieged the most western province. So I had hoped to fully annex Bosnia, but yeah, I can't do that now. So we just fully occupy him as well as we can, and I'm just, as I said, ignoring his army because he can't hurt me and my allies will beat him up. So I'm just conserving my manpower as much as I can. So that's great. So yeah, and here we were looking at the proposal, but he only wanted to give me 2 provinces, and or perhaps 3, and war reps, but I, as you can see, wanted everything I could get my dirty little hands on. So we just almost doubled our size. So rebuilding the army after the war and starting the coring. Yeah, choosing new rivals. So now we are rival to Croatia, Ragusa, and Wallachia, as far as I remember. Perhaps we can see what it says. Oh, I couldn't. I'm watching this on a very, very small screen right now because I've been forced to use an editing tool that I'm not normally using. But yeah, that's how it goes when the sound screws up. And the reason the sound screwed up is actually I'm trying a new recording software, and until now I'm very happy with it, except that it screwed up my sound. But that's how it goes. So yeah, and I actually just found out that we had a gold province. That was why I was checking the provinces, goose produced in the provinces. So that was pretty nice. So I bumped that up a bit, and yeah, and that will help out a lot on our economy. Um, so yeah, and now just back to low maintenance and preparing for all of the revolts and planning the next war. But the next war will be again a little further out because Poland will not be able to join a war until 1469, I think it is, something like that. So we will be a bit more defensive again. And here I realized that the Balkans was bigger than I thought, because in my head the Balkans would not stretch into the Turkish area of this land, so or perhaps not even Bulgaria. So I would say it was Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Albania, and Greece. But that was just my geographical knowledge not being adequate for this game. So yeah, and I don't know if I'm right or the game is right. Actually, I haven't looked it up. Perhaps I should have. The Balkans is not my main area of expertise. I am my expertise is the Viking era and the Scandinavians, and yeah, a little bit through the medieval area too. But the 1400 and so on is not my expertise, and especially not this geographical area. If we are in the more modern part of history, my next area of expertise would be the Americas, the 13 colonies, and their freedom of independence up to the Civil War, and a little bit in the French Revolution, but not much. A little bit Napoleon Wars, but I digress. Um, but as you can see, right now we are just rebuilding and coring as well as we can and taking care of the rebellions as they loom. We are getting a lot of very, very good events where we get stability, prestige, and it only cost us some money. So that's pretty nice because we have the gold mine. We actually have a pretty good economy now, and especially when these territories become states, because that is what I am working on right now. But we are converting. We have a mission to convert Ham. It is the only non-Orthodox province in our area, so we're converting that, and that's why we can't make the last core, and therefore we can't make the state yet. So you're just waiting on that. Yeah, I'm checking my abilities to wage war here, and the problem is that Croatia is allied with Bohemia, so we can't attack them because Poland won't support us, and we can't attack Ragusa because they have a guarantee from the Ottoman. So, and therefore, yeah, we will just have to wait. So that is it. So we just do all the things, train troops, and yeah, make everything ready. In a couple of seconds I will speed up again because we will hit the what would actually have been the 4th episode, and it will be the last where the sound don't work. So that's very, very good. But I lost 2 episodes in this because yeah, I have the short introduction. It was actually an entire episode, and then this episode was actually 4 episodes. So yeah, now we are speeding up again because nothing much will happen here except I will nurture our relationships, trying to get around Bohemia, but it can't be done, not in this episode anyway. And I think maybe, yeah, it will be in this episode we actually make the territories into states. So yeah, and that will actually give us a lot of money. I was very surprised that the difference was so big, because uh, I'm not. Yeah, in the territories you have 75% autonomy, and when you core it and it is an occupied province, new province, you will have around 35 autonomy, 45 to 35 autonomy. So I make, yeah, 25% more on each province in theory, but it actually gets to be a lot more, even though you're paying a little bit of maintenance. So yeah, it's great. So sorry about that. We have some construction outside, so if you hear booms, that's why. I'll try to do what I can. And now my phone is going very important. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but actually, yeah. So the next thing that is important is where to go with our ideas. And I think from what we achieved here in the first couple of episodes, um, I would there are only two deeper ideas. I usually start with a deeper idea. There are only two that are viable. The one is diplomatic because we get diplo rep and relationships and an extra diplomat and stuff like that, and it can be okay. And then trade because money. Uh, but I do not see them as particularly good in this beginning. So what then to take? I will not start with a military idea group because I don't want to be behind on military tech, and I'm already a bit behind because I couldn't afford advisors the entire way through the first couple of episodes, and yeah, so I'm a very reluctant of choosing that. So I think it will be an administrative idea group, also because we will take a lot of land, so we cannot do lots of these ideas later on. So I think we will take either innovative or what's it called? The one administrative. I actually think it's called the one with the coin reductions and stuff like that. Um, and it will be great, I think, because it will do so. We will have to spend less monarch points in other ways, and our administrative tech will get a little cheaper and stuff like that. So I think that will be the way to go, and we will get cheaper and more mercs, and it looks like we'll have a pretty good economy. So mercs will be a very very good opportunity for us. So I think that's the way to go. But innovative is very good too, with again with cheaper techs and more prestige and stuff like that. It is a very good techno idea group, especially the war exhaustion reduction is very very strong. I think because you will actually lose war exhaustion in the start of a war, in the early periods of a war, if you're not losing hard badly. Yeah. So I think we will go with one of those two, uh, perhaps administrative. But I will see you in the next episode. Bye.